right,
So I'm recording.
it is recording and it is live now.
We're
Oh,
live.
We are
welcome
live.
back.
Welcome back, everybody. I am so excited to be here with you guys today. And I am so happy to see that all my screens are working. Oh my god, I feel blessed. I feel blessed. Okay, I'm just fucking
Hashtag
around.
blessed.
Hashtag blessed. All right, so we're back. This is like our third podcast, and yeah. So what's new? What's new with you guys?
Well, for me, it's been a fairly interesting past couple of days, to be honest.
Okay.
Some good news is happening. Things are finally moving forward. There's a lot more places are essentially saying, "Hey, we're gonna try to remove the restrictions soonish," which is better than never.
Absolutely.
So we're
Yeah.
just hoping that people are going to stay there until they officially do it, because at the moment, them saying it's going to happen soonish is not really good enough, really. We're
Right.
looking at the now.
As of
Yeah.
right now, we have I think we have Saskatchewan and Alberta that are in the process of reopening like immediately,
Wow.
and no longer using the Vax pass and just letting go of the masks by the end of the month. So I believe they're in the process, Alberta and Saskatchewan. And Manitoba will go through that very same process in March. So hopefully they actually do. And yeah, also good news for Ontario that supposedly we will be reopening soon as well.
Well, that's awesome. You know, I know you, Nick. You were telling me that today, and well, whenever I stopped today and I was getting unloaded at Walmart, I was just on my phone and I was watching all the cops and everything at the protest in Windsor on the Ambassador
Okay.
Bridge, and the cops were like kind of walking everybody back to line like every now and then, but more and more people showed up. People showed up with
Oh, yeah.
kids and dogs and like you know what I mean, like it was so stupid because the cops were there armed like they were armed like a militia. They had snipers on the roof. They had machine guns and fucking
Jesus.
everything. It's just
Wow.
like it's a fucking peaceful protest, guys. Like, do you guys listen to the fucking CTV, CBC, like every other idiot
And
that's in the government that's here right now?
and if you think about it, would they even have the balls to pull the trigger? Like, would
Well,
you be able to pull the trigger on your own people if you are fully aware that they're doing a peaceful protest, but your chief commander, is like, "Hey, end them." Like, would you be able to do that? Like,
well, that's the thing, right? Even though they're cops and they're military or they're, SWAT, like they still have like a thought process.
yeah,
They also have a family. They also have so whatever they do for the government is in direct effect to themselves. You know,
yeah,
True.
and when I seen that today, I was just like, okay, for one, the media is corrupt. Okay, you had
oh yeah,
one swastika
Yeah, we know
flag.
that.
You had one swastika flag. You had one Confederate flag, which doesn't even belong in Canada. But they didn't even acknowledge that. So that's anyway. And then they had a couple loose goons, but they only focused on that. They never told anyone on the news that people were getting together, having a party, giving people food, giving the homeless food.
Mhm.
Like my friend went
Yeah.
there and they gave away, I think it was like 800 fucking hot dogs. Like,
it's
you know
crazy.
what I mean? You'd say what you want, but he wasn't there to make money. He went there to give it to people, and he didn't pick off people who to give it to. He just did it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
It's
But he
You
quite
didn't
could
get caught
beautiful.
literally
about
be
that.
against the protest. Go there, get yourself a hot dog.
Pretty much.
Really,
Get
really,
yourself
you
a
could be
drink, get yourself food, and
right.
support, and
And he
loving
was he
people
was
everywhere.
yeah, and he was there, in support of the truckers, of course. But you know, it just shows you how corrupt the media is, and it's pretty bad. Okay, just think about this. We were talking about this the other day about the news. Well, I know Fox News probably isn't perfect. Okay, but think about this. All the news companies in Canada, CTV, CBC, CBC Radio Canada, which is still CBC, Global News, is all funded by the government. So
Yeah.
They're all funded by the government. Yeah.
anything that they have a take on automatically is like, it's like having a sponsor. You know what I mean? And someone
Yeah.
on there is bashing your sponsor. Like, what do you do? You know what I mean? But then again,
Yeah.
they're supposed to be the news. You know what I mean? They're not supposed to be putting their own spin on shit, right?
Exactly.
Now
They're
Fox
supposed to be
News,
just reporting what they see.
or it's supposed to be reporting what they're seeing, or the facts, right? And then you have
Yeah.
Fox News
Mhm.
in the States, which is no affiliation with Canada whatsoever. And you see people watching Fox News, which isn't even a news organization of Canada, to know what's going on in their own country,
It's so
because
bad.
the
It's true,
news
but
media in
it's so
Canada
sad.
is not telling them exactly what's going on or the truth. They're only telling you the bad parts, or they're completely making up all the bad shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah, there was one guy when there was two people there with swastika. There was two people there with a flag and a swastika flag. Okay, yeah, they shouldn't have been there, and I don't know why the hell they were doing that. But they didn't even look
No.
like anyone there that was to support it, and then they kicked them out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The
Exactly.
truckers are like, no,
Mhm.
you guys get the fuck out of here. We don't want you here. They kicked them out. But did the media tell you that? No, they didn't.
No.
No.
Right? So anyway, that's pretty
The
bad.
media.
If you're in Canada and you want to know what's going on in your own country, you have to watch Fox News, which is a news organization not in your country. So you actually might have to call up Rogers or your cable company to pay for that channel so you can actually get better news or the news, because your own news organization in your own country won't tell you it.
It's crazy.
Or have
Literally.
internet and go watch Rebel News. So it's pretty fucked. It's pretty fucked up. Fuck, I'm still cold. Put my heater on. Yeah. So what did you guys go down there at all? Like you guys probably didn't.
No, we did not.
No, we didn't have the chance, unfortunately.
And today wasn't particularly the best day either. It's kind of raining / snowing. And it
Yeah, I
was
saw
getting pretty
that.
cold.
There's
Yeah.
people singing and there was snowing, but I don't know. I mean, so that's one good thing for the province of Ontario if they're gonna remove all those restrictions. But I mean, is it gonna?
Well, from what I heard, not all restrictions are going to be removed, even up to date. He brought up like, oh well, we might remove the mandates, but the mask requirement, I think it's still going to be there. So
Right.
obviously, it's getting better in terms of like what he's actually doing, but it's not what we're asking for. We're asking for no more mandates, no more restrictions, no more lockdowns, and like Jesus, the process of going from US to Canada is ridiculous.
Yeah, absolutely
So
ridiculous.
like just that, if just that was gone, I think that would be a huge win. But right now,
Yeah.
as we stand, they're just suggesting it and then being like, okay, in March is when everything's gonna be done. But it's not. It's not all.
But it's actually really hard to trust the Ontario government right now because just before the year 22 rolled in, um, like we already had promises of reopening everything by the end of March, the beginning of April.
Yep.
Supposedly we were gonna start lifting the restrictions in January, which it never happened.
Right.
Yeah, because Omicron. Because they
Exactly.
totally didn't expect another variant.
Right. So things just kept getting more strict. So right now, the video that we watched, it basically it seemed like what's the name of the governor of Ontario? Very important guy.
Doug, Doug,
Doug
Ford.
Ford,
Doug
yes.
Ford.
Ford. Yeah.
Skip my mind. So Doug Ford kind of made it seem as if he had come to the conclusion that maybe it's time to reopen, kind of like it had absolutely nothing to do with the protest.
Yeah.
Which personally I think it's hilarious, and it's 100% to do with the protest because
Well, yeah.
they just
Obviously, it
kept,
is.
I know it's just ridiculous how they kind of, oh, the government is, realizing that it's time to reopen, nothing to do with, what Canadian people actually want.
No, they
Well,
didn't bring it up at all.
well, the U.S. Well, Biden. Well, anyway, he doesn't surprise anybody. But he
Yeah, he's
he
been
went
pretty
he
lackluster
told
lately, gotta
Trudeau
say.
he told Trudeau to figure something out with the border like now. And then he was like the one that sent like the SWAT to the Ambassador Bridge in Windsor. And as far as I know right now, unless some news has arrived that I'm not unaware of, they're not holding back. You know what I mean? So if you want to share your screen right now and go look it up, well, you can't, right?
Uh,
Your computer's like all the
no,
way
I
over
don't,
there.
because all my setups
Okay.
across the
Well, tell
table.
me if you can see. Okay, I'm gonna try and share my screen one more time. I don't know if this is gonna work.
We'll see.
I'm
Well,
gonna
if it
share
works on your side, at least the viewers can see.
entire screen. Well, if you watch it live, you might be able to see it, but there'd be a delay. Just letting you know.
Yeah, it goes and then goes off. I don't know why
Can you
this is
see my
doing.
screen? Yeah, it's not working, right?
No.
Yeah, just don't worry about it. I'll just go watch the stream, and you might be able to see it at the same time. But yeah, I'm going to just anyway. In the meantime, while we talk about stuff, um, yeah, it's just the border, you know, and like they're like, oh, the auto parts companies are about to close and this and that. It's like, okay, so did you put the SWAT team there to get people gone because businesses were telling you to because they were losing money, or or was it political?
100% political. Like, I mean, if they cared about people, they would go in it would all go in a completely different way.
Yeah, he's a douchebag. 100%.
Yeah.
Did you guys? Sorry for interrupting you. Did you guys see the message that the Biden administration gave during the Christmas season?
Uh, well, he gave a lot, but he's been sleeping a lot, so it's kind of hard to
The,
remember.
there was a particular message that basically said Merry Christmas, like hoping that the pandemic's under control for everybody vaccinated, and for the unvaccinated, that you guys are going to be flooding hospitals and dying, and it was like a very very frightening message for the unvaccinated, and it's like,
Wow.
why?
Wow.
I haven't
Yeah.
heard of that one.
Oh yeah,
Well,
I can find it and
I,
well, I'm gonna share this screen right now, so if you can see it, Yannick, great. It'd probably be on your phone though, but I'm gonna share it right now on my. I'm gonna share my screen here. Because I'm on Safari. All right. Okay. Now show my desktop. And okay. So right here, it says, see, okay, it says trucks are gone from the Ambassador Bridge, but more protesters arrive on foot.
Okay.
Oh, here. I don't know if there's gonna be any sound or not. Let me see. Canadian banks freeze assets of two accounts that received Freedom Convoy donations. Yeah, TD Bank has frozen the assets of two accounts.
Jesus.
Today I visited the command center in Buffalo to ensure the impacts from the protests near the Canadian border. We are ready to address any potential travel and commerce disruptions. I don't know what that's all about. An Ontario court froze Give Send Go's access. Yeah, and Give Send Go, which is actually out of Massachusetts, is like, yeah, like we're gonna listen to you guys. But
Yeah.
then again, if the people in Canada where the funds would go would accept it, then yeah, it's kind of a messed up thing.
It really is. That's completely crazy. I don't even
Yeah.
know how it's legal for them to just tragically stop money like that, even though it has. It's not used in any sort of mean way,
Mm,
right?
It's
It's for food, pay the truckers' bills, and whatever else, right?
right.
There's like we're not planning to fucking buy guns. We're not bad. We're not planning to do anything crazy. It is we're there to peacefully protest,
exactly
and
it's a
that's it.
peaceful protest. We're not endangering anybody. We're just asking for our rights that have been taken away for the past 2 years, and
Yeah.
it's just unbelievable. If you look at all the efforts to try and stop the money from getting to the protesters and
Well, it's scary.
everything that they're doing is just unbelievable.
Well, it's scary because they try and say like we live in a free country, especially like in Canada. Like they had pushed it for years, but it's becoming more like it's just more of an illusion. Like they want you to think that we have freedom, but whenever it comes down to it, like we really don't. Like if you think about it,
Yeah,
all those protests and whatnot is all against the government, right?
yeah,
It's against the
Yeah.
government's mandates. If it, I hate to get into this conversation, but like the whole Black Lives Matter and everything protests that they had, like there was fires, things were being burned down, people's homes were vandalized, and cars, like
yeah.
there was lots of cars on fire, and the federal government had give COVID relief fund money to be to the Black Lives Matter organization.
Okay.
And when it had run um, GoFundMe, well, they gave it to all the people that were out riding. But the Canadian truckers that are peaceful, they try and run a protest, which is peaceful. But the media is saying, oh, it's bad, and this and that, and there's racist. It's like, okay, that's one, not true. And two,
Yeah,
why why are they so scared of people protesting that? You know,
I have
one,
no
you have
clue.
90% of people vaccinated. Two, they've been driving for 2 years in the pandemic without a vaccine. And there's doctors right now that even like if they get tested and they have COVID, they're so under scrutiny that they actually still have to work while they have COVID. So what the fuck?
Yeah, what is going on?
All those
Wow.
riots that happened in the States here last year. They had Chop or Chaz out in Seattle, Oregon, where they literally took like 6 blocks of the city and just like said, no, this is ours now. And that was it. But it was called the Summer of Love, which it clearly wasn't. Like, I don't know if you guys know about this, but I know about it. And they called all these riots, just peaceful protests. But we actually have a peaceful protest in Canada, and it's deemed like they're animals. So
Yeah.
where is the logic? You know,
There is no logic.
No, there is none. And the thing is that everything that's going on right now, is the government they're trying to make it seem like they care, and that the people that aren't vaccinated are the problem.
Yeah.
Like, there's even commercials of it. That's how
Yeah.
bad it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what it is, it's not about keeping people safe. It never was, and that's what we know now. It's about power, and right now they
Money.
have it, and they don't want to give it back. And that now they see, oh, well, Canada's a free country, and people are like, no, we want our freedom back. Well, you notice how the government is doing everything possible to make sure that they don't have the free protest, which they are allowed to do. It's called a free country, and you're allowed to peacefully protest. They are. There were some issues, but what are you gonna do? You're gonna arrest thousands of people for a couple people that cause a disturbance. You know, it wasn't like everybody was going around smashing buildings and you were trying to get out of Ottawa because it was getting really bad. You know what I mean? It wasn't like that. They're like literally there singing songs, giving food to people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what better of a protest do you want? Do you want them to go start smashing shit? Do you want them to start going setting fires on stuff and just, running through the fucking parliament?
Well,
like,
in
it
a
almost
sense, I'm sure
seems
they
like
probably would prefer
they would rather that. You know what I mean?
They would
It's
prefer that because
unbelievable.
they would have enough reason to act against us.
Yeah, and then what would happen? They'd say, "Oh, well, we wish that they could have peacefully protested." You know what I mean?
Seriously. It's because this is not a topic that we can freely discuss. Like, people
No,
get
like,
shut
this is
down when they
like,
start raising questions about the vaccine safety and how
right.
necessary it is to force people to get the vaccine, even if we already have a 90% of population that is vaccinated. So it's a very it's a very taboo topic, apparently, that we can't really discuss. And so we have the most peaceful protest in the world, as far as I'm aware,
Yeah.
as far as some people are aware, and they literally are just focusing on the slightest negative thing that they can find. They're not focusing on 99% of the protest.
They're not showing anything about the
Exactly.
protest.
No, well,
Exactly.
it's like I'll share this. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it, Yannick, but if you go like on the internet, okay, I'm going on Google right now, and I'm gonna type in just just type in fucking Google, and I'm just gonna type in Ottawa protest. Make your business down on Google. How about fuck off? Thank you. And
Ottawa protest business? Oh yeah.
Okay, so obviously I'm gonna get different results than you because I'm in the US.
Yeah.
But like in Ottawa, trucker protest, a pressing question: where were the police? Protests swell in Canada's capital as Ontario police struggle to end bridge. Oh, let's see this one. Let's see what they're saying. This is the New York Times. By Saturday night, the Ambassador Bridge, a key crossing at the U.S.-Canada border, was still closed. Protesters in Ottawa, the capital, vastly outnumbered the police. Yeah, of course they did.
Yeah, no. I hope. we're not a minority here,
No,
and we're not
it's
white supremacists. We're not racist.
no,
Not
and this is
racist. Not no no
no,
no.
no. It said, okay, though Ontario had declared a state of emergency the day before, and stiff penalties for protesters, including jail time, the few police visible in Ottawa were not seen handing out fines or enforcing the law. They were terribly outnumbered. Yeah, of course they were. Yeah. Or maybe the police were on the side of the people. You ever think about that? Dumbasses. You know, there's a lot of
Yeah,
police. Like, they're
literally.
people too. Maybe they're like, you know what? Fuck this. Like, what are we going to do? Nothing. You know, we got people cooking
Yeah.
hot dogs and shit. It's like, fuck, we don't get free food at work. You know what I mean? You know, what are you gonna do? Bite the
A
hand that
free
feeds
party.
you? Really though, you know, bite the hand that feeds you.
Jeez.
You know, they're not even charging you.
No, they're
Fuck,
not asking for anything.
go to
You
a
can literally just go get a hot dog, a hot chocolate, a coffee, water. Like
yeah,
I'm sure
go to a
there's
carnival. Go to a carnival in the middle of summer and see if you get a hot dog and a fucking, I don't know, cotton candy for free. They're gonna tell you to fuck off and go somewhere else. But yet you go to a
$15
protest, you get it for free.
or more.
or more.
Yeah. Wow. 5,000 protesters settled in the city's core. They declared major. Okay, I'm just reading here. Oh wow, it's showing all the protests. Coutts, Alberta, Calgary, Winnipeg, Emerson, Sarnia, Windsor, Toronto, Ottawa, Quebec City. Really? I didn't know. I didn't know that they even like wanted to be
Jeez.
part of Canada. So, but hey,
Oh, what?
hey, you know, I guess when the going gets tough, huh? The Canadian Trucker Convoy protest is an unpopular uprising. Unpopular, really? Okay.
Unpopular. That is
Yeah, let's
so
check this out. Hey, yeah,
inaccurate.
go on your phone so you can see the stream, so you can
Wow.
kind of see like what the hell I'm showing. I don't know if it's
Sure,
gonna be,
sure, sure.
yeah,
That's hilarious. Unpopular.
Unpopular. That is so inaccurate.
They really try to
yeah.
To
Like
sink
minimize
us
this is
that
down.
to
Vox though.
yeah.
This is Vox News. This is very biased, leftist type shit. Like, look, right wing extremist in Canada and abroad. Yeah. So anyone that's the blue collar worker that goes to work for a day is apparently just a blue collar worker. You know, we don't
The
sit
media
home and
is the
fucking make
virus. Yeah,
money.
yeah, 100%. Someone commented the media is the virus.
100%.
It's so fucking
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Unfucking believable. Oh, who
Wow.
commented? Anybody we know or just some random
true. I'm
people?
not sure.
Hey,
Probably a
I'm all
random
for it.
guy
Yeah.
Hey,
or a
that's
girl,
good.
you know?
That's good. We need people to see this because once we get big enough and we get banned from YouTube, we gotta go over to Rumble.
Hopefully not, but you know, it's such a sensitive topic apparently.
We can go to Odyssey as well.
Oh, okay.
It's a dangerous opinion to have as far as the government's concerned.
Yeah. I mean
Oh, is Odyssey a good site? Is it like you know?
Odyssey, as far as I know, it's like YouTube but uncensored, so you can actually watch the interviews by important doctors that disagree or do not fully agree on the general consensus on COVID-19.
Okay. Well, you should check out you should check out Rumble.
Rumble.
Yeah, you should really
All
really check
right,
out
I'll
Rumble.
check it out.
No, Rumble is really good. Actually, they even offered what's his name, fucking popular guy there, Joe Rogan,
Joe
like
Rogan,
$100 million
Joe Rogan.
$100 million.
to switch from Spotify to him, and he was like, "No, I'm good." But I mean, you know, it's just
I
because
mean,
they've been trying to ban him too, right? Like fucking nonstop. So
Me-
Well, people are trying to cancel Joe Rogan,
Yeah, after
and
the
he's tried to apologize, and Trump was like,
That's
"Don't
the problem.
apologize.
Yeah,
It
you
makes you look
can't.
weak."
Well, he's right though. Like, you say what
Yeah,
you want. He's right because you see, he apologized. Now they like, okay, we have him under our hands now. He apologized, so
Mm.
he showed weakness. Now we can punch him where it hurts, right? That's what it is.
yeah.
And you know what I mean. But
It's
you know,
such
he's
an important podcast to have.
well. The thing is, too, is that he's a good guy. So like, he did something, he felt wrong about it, and that's fine. He did a good thing. He apologized for saying stuff, but it's just like, dude, you didn't even have to apologize. People didn't care for like what, 12 years, and they just
No?
randomly
Okay.
cared now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They were just looking for something to get them at. That's what you hear with movie stars all the time. It's like fucking something that happened 12 years ago, and it's like, oh, they said or did this. Now obviously shouldn't have, or whatever they say. And it's like, well, you guys didn't care for fucking 20 years. Now you do. you know? I don't know. It's messed up.
I know. It's good that he Joe Rogan particularly has a very popular channel because
Oh, very popular. It's
extremely, yeah, I know it's a huge
He's-
underestimation, but I mean all those interviews are just important, and he has such a large reach that it's amazing that
Well, you
they
have to
can't just
remember.
ban him.
That's right. And you have to remember, this guy gets like somewheres of up to 11 million views a day. Like,
Yeah.
how can you even fathom that? You know what I mean?
How much money is that? That's
That's
what.
a lot of money.
Well, he's
think
getting
it's-
100 million. I think they said it's like he's getting like 100 million for 4 years or something like that from Spotify. Like, it's sick
That's
money,
crazy.
dude. Give me 100 million for fucking 4 years. I'll do this shit every
Thing
day.
is, though, the money they're making out of Joe Rogan being there is probably way more than 100 million.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very
Hence
much
why
so.
they can't ban him or anything.
Yeah.
It's so crazy. The numbers that big start being hard to fathom. Like, if I had 100 million in my bank account right now, I don't even know what I'd spend it on.
Wow,
Like, there's nothing that
100
would
million.
even dent the damn number. I could buy a Bugatti as a joke and burn it.
Burn it.
And just be like, yeah,
I did that.
I
Wow.
had a little bit of fun.
I did that.
Just for the
bitch.
experience.
I recorded the whole thing, just make a little gag out of it, and then buy another one so you can actually drive that one.
Oh my god.
100 million. Yeah, you can't even imagine everything that you can do with that amount
And
of
it could
money.
be like, hey, I could buy a girlfriend.
Finally! How much are they these
Straight
days?
from Japan. I mean, a robot
Straight from China. Those ones are a bit cheaper, aren't they?
with 100 million. You still want to
That
go
was so
cheaper?
bad. I'm so
I don't know
sorry.
how what is it? What is it in Mexico? Is it like pesos or something like that? How many pesos
Yes.
is like
Yeah.
$100 million?
man.
Like-
You
like-
multiply it by 15.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
so
he's
you're
getting
looking
100
at-
million US.
1.5 billion?
Oh, 100 million US. You literally multiply it times 10 and then times 2, I guess times 20. $1 is 20 pesos.
Exactly.
Sort of, yeah.
So 100 million would be 1 billion.
Like 2
Pesos.
billions.
Wow.
Yeah, 2 billion.
2
actually.
billion. You can buy the whole country.
You can buy the whole country.
You can buy the whole country.
Yeah,
You can censor me, bitch. I own the
I could
landlines.
just see Elon Musk being like, you know what? I want to own Mexico real quick.
Yeah, he'll build like the biggest Tesla
I have what,
factory.
150 bill? I can throw one of those out and out in
Wow.
a country. I'll
Yeah.
call it Elon Mexi Elon.
Mexilon?
Instead of Elon Musk,
Elon,
Elon Mexican
Elonco.
or something like that.
Oh my god. Oh, hold on there. I fucked something up here. Where are you?
That's hilarious.
There we
Do you
are.
know what's the first thing I would do with any significant amount of money?
What's
Probably
that?
buy a private jet and go to Mexico and spend there the next, I don't know, 6 months at least.
And 6 months
I
wouldn't cost you much.
What?
6 months wouldn't cost you much in Mexico.
Not at all. But also, like, I mean, the private jet would probably be the biggest investment.
Well, I mean, if you
So,
arrive there with a private jet and people see you,
well,
I'd
you
buy.
arrived at a place where people
you
have
see, you need to
money.
arrive at a private airport as
Are,
well.
are, are you assuming that in Mexico there are no, like, very wealthy people? Like, they
The thing
have
is,
wealthy areas as
from what I
well.
was told by Ashley, which is she's also Mexican, is if you don't want to show that you're rich, because if you
No,
show
she
that
has
you're
a point.
rich, you're gonna get mugged. People are gonna rob you.
She has a point. If you're in a shitty neighborhood, like, please don't show that you're rich or foreign or anything.
Oh,
But
I
if you
just show up
are
there with a
at a
gold
neighborhood
chain.
where
Say,
wealthy
hey,
people
check
live,
this
that
out.
wouldn't be an issue.
I'd show up there with a gold chain. Check this out. Yeah, 14 karat bitch. Yeah. Find my
Oh my
hand and my
God.
legs on each side of the continent of Mexico. Yeah. No, I wouldn't go to Mexico. I would. I'd probably buy like a big motorhome, or actually no, I'd probably buy a truck that has like the big sleeper, like a camper sleeper, and I'd probably drive to Ottawa for the protest.
Yeah.
Like I'd buy one of
Oh,
those
I
big.
love that answer. We'd be
Yeah,
here using that money to support the protest and finally get our freedom back.
that's what I. Well, honestly, that's what I'd buy. I'd buy I'd buy a transport. Are you watching this on YouTube? Can you see it on YouTube right now?
Yeah.
He can see it,
Okay,
yeah.
I'm gonna see if you see what I'm gonna show you right now. Okay, just
I was
imagine.
able to see the stuff earlier.
Okay,
Hi,
well,
Daniel, by the way.
Hi, Danny. How's it going? You're finally watching the podcast. Extremely proud of you.
hi, Danny boy.
Ye- How does it feel to watch something that completely contradicts your personal mindset?
Hey,
Anyway,
well,
thanks for the support and the love.
thank you very much from the United States of America, because that's where I am
We
at right
appreciate it in Canada and the United States.
Okay, so I can see
now.
you're on
Google
your
probably.
Mac. You're opening it up.
Okay.
It's there's a huge delay, so I
Yeah, I know there is. I'm trying to look. Oh yeah, it's a semi with a huge sleeper. That's kind of a.
Oh yeah, those
Thanks.
sent me. I remember now.
I'm gonna put this right here. Like, look at that.
I wonder if he's actually still watching.
I don't know.
He might have already stopped. It's too late.
He might
said
have
hi to
already
nobody.
stopped. That's fine.
But nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows
We're
what
gonna
it's
start
like.
singing. Is it that late? I know you can start playing the guitar.
Yeah, I could.
Oh,
I
so
could
good.
do. I could so play the guitar if you want.
So yeah, this is. So now we're finally able to see what you're seeing, Shane.
Okay.
It's like it's just an extended truck essentially.
Wow.
And it has like a whole.
Yeah, like that's what I'd buy.
It has a kitchen, the table, it has everything. It's literally a camper in the back of your truck.
Yeah, I'd buy me and my wife
Wild.
a house. That's it. Actually, I don't know if I'd buy the house first. I'd probably just buy that and just be like, we're gonna live in this for a little bit. But yeah,
You
anyway,
don't
it's
have
on
to pay
this. It's on the
for
screen.
property tax or anything. You just park at Walmart for a few days. Go to the next Walmart.
Yeah, like it's huge. Like that's a fucking truck. Like
Oh yeah.
yeah, I wouldn't haul a 53-foot trailer behind it because that'd just be way too long. But
It'd be
I'd
a very
haul-
long truck.
I haul like
very
a short
long.
30-footer. And you know what? That would be. I mean, you buy a truck like that, you're doing it to have fun. Like it's not a go work and fucking drive in mud. It's it's a truck to
It's wild. So
yeah. Get rid of this.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna share this to
Oh, it's a sick truck.
You can,
Yeah. Like I don't know if you know about this, because you probably don't, but like the Maine State Lottery. Maine State Lottery. I don't know what it's at right now. Mega Millions. Yeah, like in the States right now. I'm gonna share this, but you'll only see it if you go on. But like right now, you'll see the Powerball in the United States is estimated at $172 million if you win,
Wow.
and
it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
the Mega Bucks is $1,000,475. The Mega Millions
So that's
is
on lottery tickets.
yeah. The Mega
The main
Millions,
lottery.
the Mega Millions over here is 53 million, and the Lotto America is 7,500,000. The difference between, I think the way Canada does it though, is that like, let's say you win 172 million, they tax you whatever percentage, and then you get whatever percentage is left. So if it's like 38% or something like that, then like you get whatever's left, because they tax you like it's
Right, right,
money
right.
you've had all your life, which I don't get. But anyway, it's that'd still be like a lot of money. It's still like it's still like $100 million. I mean, God,
Yeah.
fuck.
Still a lot of money.
You know what I mean? I could live probably like on 2 million for the rest of my life. But
Well, most people probably could,
Yeah.
depending on where you live.
yeah. But yeah, you know, it's crazy. So what was I gonna say? What do you guys do all week? Obviously, I've been doing trucking, so it's not like
For me, I've been working on my website for my logo company that I'm trying to start.
a website.
Yeah, and I also got some. My mother, I got a reference from someone that I might be able to get some freelance work from them. So I might try to apply for that, and if they have work for me, then they'll give some to me.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
Sounds like
wonderful.
sounds like a step in the right direction.
Oh yeah, I need money and I need it soon. So yeah, I have to get my
I
ass
hear
on
ya.
it right now, as soon as possible.
I hear you.
Yeah.
What about you, Vanessa?
For me, it's been. I have no. No. It's been quite a nice week, though. Experiencing unemployment due to vaccine mandates. So it's just different, a bit unexpected. I applied for employment insurance, which supposedly I don't qualify because
Oh,
of the vaccine mandate. So I'm looking at employment offers and see what I can do.
why don't you?
While
You don't qualify because of what? Vaccine mandate?
supposedly, it actually says right on the website that if you've been fired due to a vaccine mandate from your company, well, not fired, laid off, temporarily laid off,
Temporarily.
temporarily laid off due to the vaccine mandates
Yeah.
for any company, that supposedly you just plainly don't qualify for employment insurance. So I
So you
guess,
don't get benefits because you're unvaccinated.
right, even though I've
Wow.
been working for a
Isn't it
huge part of
isn't
my
it
life,
getting
and I've
really
been
stupid
paying
how
employment insurance all
Wow.
this time,
how many
hoping
things
to
are
use
happening?
it if I ever need it. And
So money that
it,
you've paid into your
exactly.
job. So you're not vaccinated?
No, I'm not vaccinated. I'm
Oh, good.
unvaccinated and proud.
Don't even worry about it. Um. So because you didn't have the vaccine, they fired you. Might as
Yeah.
well just say they fired you.
They basically laid me
Whatever.
off,
They
basically,
laid you
yes.
off.
I mean,
Yeah.
they did say,
Well, they did. They didn't basically did. You're not working there
Yeah, if you're not
anymore.
I'm
working
not
there, I
working
mean,
there anymore, but I was told by management that as soon as the mandates drop, that I can get my job back. So basically, as much, as the protest works and everything reopens, I could
So the only
basically
reason
get
you'd
my
be
job
getting
back.
your job is because you're fighting for it.
Yeah.
yeah, that's the funny thing, is that people used to fight to find a job. Usually, a person doesn't usually fight to keep their job. unless like
Yeah.
they're doing something wrong. And they made it
It's
like
just
it's like
really
you were doing
strange. It's
something
a very
wrong because you didn't want an experimental fucking vaccine in your body. Sorry, that's what it is. What it is.
no.
It is.
It is what it is, and honestly, for any vaccines, medications, medical treatments, surgeries, you need to do your own research and you need to decide for yourself and not let other people decide for you and not get blackmailed into making that choice because everything has risks. So I respect everybody's right to vaccinate or not vaccinate, but I
Yeah.
personally choose not to.
Well, see, the thing is for me, is like if I am not sure about something, I'll talk to a doc. I'll ask a doctor or I'll ask someone that's qualified if I'm not sure, especially if I'm really concerned about it. But when it comes down to it, I mean, it's up to you, right? It's up to you. And just like it's up to people that have comorbidities and whatnot. Like if there's a virus going around, it's like, well, there's lots of it's. I'll make the reference like this, you know, it's like that whenever I don't know, it's like there's a lot of people that's driving on the street at 5, right? And you just decide every day that you're gonna cross the street at 5 o'clock rather than wait a couple hours later or a couple hours before to do it. But you decide at 5 o'clock that you're going to go and walk across the street and hopefully not get hit by a car.
Mm-hmm.
Hi. Hi, honey. Am I sounding funny? Oh, you need me? We'll be right back. All right, guys?
Oh
You
no.
lost it. Oh,
The co-host slash
so,
host.
so let's talk about the website. Let's talk about Relative, which we are going to be working together as soon as everything.
With hopefully Daniel, if
Yeah, hopefully Daniel, if
he's still
he
watching.
if he wants to work with us, I'm pretty sure he wants to.
Who knows at this point? I'm just hoping.
So the website is looking fantastic, and hopefully we can get it out there soon so we can promote it and start helping the world with the creation of logos and new material.
Oh, Daniel's still watching.
Hi.
He said he sent me a Discord message. He wasn't, but he still is.
Wow.
Okay. So he's having a little debate with someone on.
Well, thank you
Discord.
for watching, Daniel, and thank you for watching to everybody who is watching right now our podcast. We just want to discuss important information that is
Daniel, don't
going on
start.
right now.
Don't start a war in the comments. I swear to God.
Please keep it polite. We
Oh, I
all
mean, there are
have the right to an
the
opinion.
stream is the thing is everybody is
Everybody has their own opinions.
yeah, everybody's allowed to have their own opinions, but there's certain things that we're taught that aren't true. Perhaps let me read this now. I'm curious on what's happening.
So what is happening in the chat? So Daniel says that at this point, the vaccine is not experimental. Literally, millions of people have taken it and are fine.
It is experimental. I'm sorry, mate, but yeah. A lot of people, especially scientists, say, but it takes about 10 years to fully know what a vaccine does, and even then, there's unexpected things that happen because of certain. I don't know. Maybe you are lactose intolerant or gluten free, and then for some reason that has an effect on the vaccine, and they don't know it yet until 10,000 people got it.
So, unfortunately, we don't know what is the link between people who have reactions to this vaccine, why these very healthy people end up with heart disease or dead or, paralyzed. We don't know what the link is. And so, people like myself that choose to remain unvaccinated, until further notice. Personally, I would like to see the full research, and it's just I need to know what is the link. What do all these people that are having side effects have in common? Because as of right now, I don't know what the link is, and I'm definitely not willing to risk it. And as I see the way I see it, 90% of people are vaccinated, so we are safe. If the vaccine provides any sort of safety, it is providing it to 90% of the population.
Yeah, I mean, not everyone has every vaccine that was ever created. This is just another vaccine, another virus that we've already lived with other viruses like H1N1, SARS-CoV-1. We're in the second one right now. Um, there's other viruses or whatever you want to call them. I don't know the specific words terms for some of them. A lot of us have already gotten those vaccines. There's a lot of us that don't, and it's okay. We've never had to show to anyone our medical information
That is
before,
true. That is true.
but now suddenly we do. Why is that necessary? It's beyond me. It really is. The thing is, if you have COVID, you can transmit COVID, whether you're vaccinated or not.
That's correct.
That's 100%. There is no telling otherwise.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh, you didn't hear all that?
No.
Thanks to my amazing.
There's a small little war in the
comment section.
Oh no,
A
shit!
little
What's going on?
going on.
I know people who had very mad issues as well.
Oh really?
Yeah, no, well, no. If you go in the comments, if you're able to go into the YouTube comments,
So you want to comment on the
I
comments?
can't see anything.
All right. Well, let me read it to you. So let's start with from the top. So
I should be able to see it. I don't know why I'm not seeing it.
I was forced. We were forced to take the vaccine, and then at this point, it's not experimental. Literally, millions of people have taken it and are fine. He's saying that the COVID-19 vaccine is not forced. All right.
Okay.
Which is not not forced. Not experimental. My bad.
Okay.
But that's not true. It's all vaccines are experimental, no matter how old it is or how young it is, right?
Yeah.
Because at some point and some time, you might have the exact DNA that this vaccine is just not happy with, and you'll die from it, or you're gonna have major issues with it.
Yeah. Well, it's just like anything, though. But the fact, what I'm trying to say, is that usually these vaccines that you hear them talking about and the professionals talking about, the unprofessionals that aren't me, is that usually these tests are done over years and years.
Oh yeah, you're talking about 10 plus years of it before it's confirmed.
Or they can just figure it out. They didn't really figure it out, because if they figured it out, why would it be 2, 3, 4, 5 different vaccines? You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
What's the difference? Oh, well, this one does this, one does that. Well, I'm looking for the one that just fucking fixes it, so I don't catch it. And none of them do that. Right?
That's the thing, right? It depends on each person. You might have the antibodies that are ready to go from the get-go. Right. So you're not even, whether you're vaccinated or not, you're going to be perfectly fine. And there's going to be people who are going to have medical issues that, whether they're vaccinated or not, they're still going to get the problems that the COVID would give them.
Yeah.
And it's not like COVID's going to disappear tomorrow or in the next 5 years. It's here to stay, just like the flu.
So we need to learn to live with it so we can continue with our normal lives.
Yeah, and you know what I mean? It's fine, and people are allowed to have their opinion, just like I have my own. And people don't like it, that's okay. I'm fine with that. But, I'll state for the record, I'm not no health professional, and neither is Nick here, neither is Vanessa. But we have our opinions, and my opinion is, this thing hasn't been out for years and years and years. And there's many doctors that say, yeah, like, our trials were having an
That was
emergency for people to take it. They had to put in emergency protocols so that they could release the fucking vaccines before they were even FDA approved. What's
no,
that
that was
about?
so rushed.
Right. It wasn't even FDA approved, and they were allowed to give it. And then people are gonna say that's not experimenting. That's experimenting on us, so they can figure out which one works the best, so they can FDA approve it and say, okay, everyone take that one. What's the difference? They tested on monkeys and pigs and animals, and then they said, okay, it killed this many of this one, and okay, this one's working this good. Okay, we figured it out. Okay, this is the one to take. Now we can start giving it to people. Then they'd be all pissed off that they're giving it to fucking animals. There's no difference. It's experimental. Instead of doing it on animals, they did it to us. What, you know what? I kind of rather that they do it to us. But I don't like that they're doing it anyway. I would just wish that they could have put more effort into it. And instead of locking down the country, just let people know what the consequences are of catching it and let them decide for themselves. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
and actually let people know all the side effects and not just hide it.
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Not do like
I
Andrew
thought
Cuomo.
that was ridiculous.
Yeah, not do
Yeah.
like Andrew Cuomo did, and put sick people in with the elderly, and there was thousands and whatever deaths of fucking elderly people. Like, there's obviously things in life that you just have to decide for yourself, and the government deciding if you can take the vaccine or not is obviously against what we in the United States, I believe, and Canada believe is just not something that the government should tell you to do. It shouldn't be a mandate.
The comments are great. I'm having a great time reading these.
Yeah, it
Can you
shouldn't be.
share
Yeah, well,
more about the comments with us?
Do you want me to tell you what's going on
Yeah,
down
go
there?
ahead.
oh, it's okay. It's okay. I mean, we can go over that later. It's just that right now, I mean, like what I'm saying is just that with the issues going on, it's not that I don't believe in vaccines. I've taken every flu shot that you can name, and when I was in school, when they told me to take one, I took it.
Shot. There's all the shots that we
Yeah,
were given. We
Mm.
took them, and we
yeah.
still
We all
have.
took
I
them.
mean, I still have.
And I'm not
I'm
saying
just. I don't want people to be told you have to take it
that's it.
if you want to keep your
What I
job.
mean? If you
Yeah.
go to your,
I
okay,
think it's ridiculous.
I'm gonna set this on record. Okay, if you go to your doctor says for you to take it, then you probably should take it, like according to your doctor.
Yeah.
But if you feel like you shouldn't, then you shouldn't be forced to. That's a decision that you make. That's it.
Mhm.
The government shouldn't be like, oh, we're gonna put this needle in your arm, or else you can't go to work. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, what kind of a civilization? Like what they're just trying to turn. It just seems like they're trying to make a civilization where they turn on people.
Yes, the division, dividing vaccinated versus unvaccinated. We all want the best. Like literally, whether people have the right beliefs or the wrong beliefs, they still want the best for their families, the best for everybody.
Yeah.
Other than those who are, I guess, out to get money and they're just making this, the whole giving out vaccines not for safety, but rather as a business and making money. They're the ones who are not, you know, trying to improve our lives.
Yeah.
My doctor said I was dumb to do it. Don't do it then. You really don't need 3 shots. It's like, yeah, it's because that's
Still
what's
reading the
happening in the
comments.
comments right now.
Why don't they just
They're
why don't they just have like a pistol, and they just play like Russian roulette with the vaccines, because it's basically like what they're doing.
Do I take the 3rd shot today or not?
You know what I mean? Just pass it around in a circle. Just make some fun out of it. You're gonna get something that's really useless. And I don't know.
Well,
I'm not saying it's useless.
way-
It's just I'm not saying it's useless. It's just that what Justin Trudeau has every vaccine known to man and booster, and he got sick. It was home and all this and that,
Oh, yeah.
and he's like, oh, take it. It works. It's like, first of all, you know what? I'm not a medical professional, but Justin Trudeau, you are not a medical professional. You are not. Okay, I don't care. You are not, and neither am I. I'm nowhere near even close. Okay, a doctor would look at me. He'd say, "Yeah, you were never meant to be a doctor ever in your life." You know, I told my mom and dad like when I was a baby, I want to be a lawyer. You know what my dad said? No, it's not happening.
No.
You see our
No.
you see our family tree? Yeah. Yeah, well, lawyers don't grow off ours, son. No. And it was true.
Nope.
But I'm not no, I'm not I'm not I'm just saying. Hi honey, how are you?
Hi.
Oh, his wife
Oh,
isn't
yeah.
vaccinated.
Oh,
Thumbs up
really?
on that.
Ah, thumbs up. Congratulations.
Oh my wife
I
is
am.
here. She can't hear, but she is over there.
You should give her a headset one day. We'll all do
Nah.
a whole.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one day. She's just sitting there eating pudding. And all the
So your
oh,
wife is not vaccinated? I guess I'm
she
happy
is
that
now. She is now.
is now. Oh.
Yeah.
Was she forced to take it, or did she choose to take them?
She chose to
Fair enough.
get the vaccine.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
she got COVID.
She
and
just-
she's.
But, you know.
I mean, as long as it's a choice, that's all that matters.
Well,
that's what
that
we
was her
want.
choice, right? Like no one forced her to, because if they would have forced her to, then she just wouldn't have done it. I know my wife better than that. She don't do what anyone fucking tells her to do unless she wants to do it.
Yeah, that's how it is.
It's like my kitty over there. He doesn't meow. Actually, no, he meows all the time. And there is not.
He doesn't meow. Wait a second. That's
That didn't sound right.
No, he meows all the time. Like you give him dry treats, and he's just like, 10-second rule. Then he comes downstairs. Meow! I want wet food. I want wet food.
Oh yeah, Shane. So I got another pointer.
Oh, what's up?
There was a guy on a video. I forget what was it. He was being pushed into getting into the. Oh yeah, so he went to Costco, right?
Oh, that one.
And he went in there without a mask. He has, as far as what he said, I don't know all the details, but as far as he said, I'm hoping he's honest. He said that he has medical exemption, so she's not supposed. He doesn't need to wear the mask because of that, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And if that's true, then he absolutely does not need to wear the mask.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was told by the manager at Costco that it was fine that he was going to go shopping.
Yes.
Okay.
Someone at Costco called the police on him, and the police started arresting him because he wasn't wearing a mask. And he said, I already have a medical exemption. I said it on camera. I talked to the manager on camera, because obviously the cameras are all there.
Right.
That it was fine. So there's no reason for him to be arrested. But yeah, he was being arrested because he wasn't wearing a mask, even though he had his medical exemption. So the people that are saying, oh, if you have a medical exemption, you'll be fine. You won't. It doesn't matter. They'll still push you into it. That's the problem right now. It's that type of situation. Whether you say a medical exemption or you don't want to take it, you are forced to take it.
Right. Or you hear stories like of a 5-year-old child getting evicted or something like that from the Ronald McDonald House because he's never been vaccinated. Or hear other stories like in New York of I think it actually was a 5-year-old too, and they were denied their wish, like they had cancer, and they were denied their wish.
Right.
Because they weren't vaccinated, and there was a guy who went viral. I don't know how viral he went, but he was on TikTok, and I saw the video. It was actually pretty sad. Only 5 years old, and they was the Make a Wish Foundation, and they denied his wish because he wasn't vaccinated. But he was like on his deathbed, basically.
That's
like how evil,
really
how far evil is that? You know what I mean?
It's just extremely evil. It's just there's no other way.
Yeah, can you imagine?
Yeah.
You're about to die, you're making a last wish, and they're like looking at your medical, details. Like,
Records.
wait a second,
Do what?
you didn't get H1 and H1 in 2009. Well, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
but
sir,
okay.
but you're gonna have to die alone. I don't care what you say. It's like, whoa,
Yeah,
what the
no.
fuck?
Yeah.
There's
It's
something really wrong here.
yeah.
That's just not
For a
not
while,
fair.
I was just like, I used to say to my wife, you know what? She used to hate me saying this, and I know she does, but I used to say to myself, you know what? If there was a fucking comet coming and it's like about to miss, maybe just this, maybe you know what? Maybe it's time that you make the left turn just a little more. And you know what? If you are coming, I'll make sure I'm standing right underneath it because it's. She just hit me. It's getting sickening. It's getting sickening.
What did she throw at you?
I don't know. I don't know if it was a microphone.
What-
Oh, it was a pair of gloves. I'm fine. I should say at least it was that. So
Never upset the wife.
yeah.
You know what they say? Happy wife, happy life.
Oh, she says it all the time. Happy wife, happy life. You say it all the time, right? Yeah, she says that she does.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah, you should see her. I won't put her on camera because she doesn't want to be on camera. But she has like remember Pumpkin? He was on my shoulder the last time.
Yeah.
Well, all the three cats are down here now. She comes downstairs and it's like a circus
Oh, like
walking in. There's a cat on my couch. There's a cat over on the weight bench. I don't know if he's gonna lift weights or not. Become a strong cat. I don't know. And then we have another one over here, Pumpkin. He's on her shoulder, and I'm over here drinking beer.
I'm
Sounds
over here
good.
drinking beer.
Yeah. Oh, and there's Pickles. You'll hear him in the cage go. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah. So, how's the comments section going? I guess you said there is some comments. If
So
there's
yeah,
any-
right now it's slacked. It seems like someone has won the war. So all right,
Oh
so
wow,
let me
that's
go
a lot
on
of
it.
comments.
So yeah, he denied that we're for, or not denied, but he said at this point it's not experimental. It's millions of people have taken it and they are fine. Really though? Are you sure about that? Anyway,
That's what I
the,
keep saying. Like, are you a doctor? Are you
Like,
actually
if you-
checking with people's medical histories to see what is actually going on after
well, here's the thing.
vaccine?
Okay, just because millions of people have taken it, has it been 3, 4, 5 years that has gone by to really know if there's been any adverse reactions from it? It's
well,
not
yeah,
that
we
long.
might have a bad reaction of it 2 years in, so we'll only
Like-
know
But that's
2
the
years
same.
later.
But here's the thing. That's just like with anything, though. Like even when we take those vaccines that they say like they've tested and everything, like you don't know, you might have a reaction to it. You know, that's why I say like I'm not a professional or nothing in this. It's just that for my personal sake, I'd rather not take it. But I did so I could cross the border, which is really an awful reason, but I did. But I'm not taking it anymore. And I don't think my wife
They
is
say,
either.
oh well, unfortunately, you need a third dose for your doses to be
No,
real.
it should. I don't care. I don't care if they tested it on 25 million people. I don't care if they tested it on 200 million people. It's only been what, a year and a half. You know what I mean? And
crazy.
there's a lot of research out there that shows that since everyone's been getting vaccinated, there's actually just been more cases of COVID. So what's that all about? You know what I mean?
What's
You're just
going
not
on?
allowed to ask questions anymore.
Well, yeah, if you look at all the numbers, right? Not for the first couple months, the first 2 waves, because those ones the testing was not good at all. If you look at now, in the last couple months since we got the vaccine, or even before that bit, you'll see there's not a huge difference in cases and deaths. There's not, like, it's not 90% different. It's like if you look I mean, the new variant Omicron is a very big difference. Lots of cases, barely any deaths.
Yeah.
The best variant we've ever had. Because then people are getting the antibodies, which supposedly last for about 50 years of your life.
Right.
They might not be the best for the whole 50 years, but they'll be there and they'll help you. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go back to the point where he said it's experimental. A good example of that is Pfizer when it was being tested. There's a girl that lost the ability to walk.
Maddie
Yeah, I heard
Degray.
about that too.
Yeah.
Was it? Was it? I don't know if she's 12 or 14, but a very very young
Oh yeah,
girl in the
youngster.
trials
I
of
think she was 12.
Pfizer. Yes. Yes, 12.
Took the Pfizer, got huge reactions, bad reactions, and
Wheelchair.
she was perfectly healthy. Nothing wrong. That's called experimental.
She was perfectly healthy, and although she did take part on the Pfizer trials, her
I mean,
family
Pfizer trials are.
was led to
What the difference
believe.
between the Pfizer trials dose and the current dose, or the dose
But
afterwards?
why were they?
I
Why
highly
were they?
doubt they changed anything.
Good question. Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure what the difference is exactly, but her family was led to believe that it was perfectly safe for her to be in those trials. And so she went from being a completely healthy girl to uh, she had her sight damage. She ended up on a wheelchair. She still can't eat. She has to be fed through a tube, which honestly I don't understand how a vaccine can cause so many different reactions on a person. And so her life has been completely changed. And I mean, we're hoping for her full recovery, but only time can tell. Maddie Degaray.
Yeah. See, that's the
That's wild.
problem. Is like if it's like that's what I was saying a while ago with all this. It's like if your doctor tells you to, then you should probably just listen to your doctor. If your doctor tells you not to, then that's a decision for you to make, and then to decide for yourself. And that's a decision for you to make either way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not a decision of picking on people that have taken it, because I've taken it. My wife's taken it. You know, um, I've taken it so I could see my family, because it would have been like 2 years without seeing them, right? But I mean, it's in a way, it's like fuck. Why did I do that? It's not like I did it because I wanted to, but I did. Do I feel proud about it? No, not really. I'm happy I see my family, but it's pretty awful. I had to go to that extent. I mean, I don't even live in Canada, but in order to go see my family, I had to do that to get into Canada because that was a requirement from the Canadian government. Like, I don't even live there, so why did I have to listen to them? You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, that's it sounds terrible. Like I don't think
Just hold
see
on a
that's
second. What's that, hon? Okay, I'm coming up soon anyway. All right.
see
Yeah, I know. Love you. See you. Take Kitty with you, and I'll go up there too after. Oh, you left me a mess. Oh, I'll forget about it. Love you. Ah, she hit me with a ping pong. Don't throw those. Those are worth money.
There's worth money. Is that the cover for your microphone?
Yes.
I fucking knew it.
We heard you belt, son.
see what I heard
Oh my god. It takes a real
somebody
man to
say
burp.
today.
This is live on 365. Oh, I'm just joking. Oh look, she threw these things at me, and it's over there on the chair. All right, I'm done. Sorry. Let's get back on.
Welcome back. Welcome
Let's
back.
get back to brass tacks here. Okay.
See, the problem is not whether people vaccinate or not vaccinate, because everybody has the right to choose if they want to vaccinate. They should get all the
They
boosters
should
they
have the
want.
right.
Everybody
They don't
should.
have the right at the moment.
Everybody should have the right to choose, and so the problem is that most people are vaccinating not against the disease but against unemployment. And like you yourself got the vaccine so you could come to Canada, so you could visit your family, go to your province, and that is in my humble opinion, that is not the it's just so unfortunate that you are forced to choose a medical procedure treatment not because of your health but rather because of your lifestyle.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just not, it's just not fair.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like life with a lot of things, life really isn't fair. You just kind of make with it what you can. But it's just that I'm not an expert, but I've actually talked to doctors. I've actually talked to nurses. Because I have gotten sick and stuff, and my wife's gotten sick, and a lot of them just say, well, it's some are like, yeah, like we recommend the vaccine for people that are like elderly or that are sick, um, a lot, but for kids and anyone really in their 20s and under, it's not really shown to be eminent in them, so it's just like I say, and like I'll repeat again. I just talk to your doctor and decide from there. But it shouldn't. If your doctor tells you to take it, you know, he's telling you to take it, but he's not like, okay, I'm grabbing your arm, I'm gonna put it in handcuffs, and I'm putting this in your arm. Like they don't do that. They're not allowed to do that. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
they're they're trying to give you their best professional advice. So why should the government be doing that? You know what I mean? Maybe you're putting something into someone's arm that they shouldn't be getting, and then they die from it. So what happens then? Are you then responsible? So does that mean that something happens and I take it because Mr. Trudeau said so, that he's then going to pay for my medical bill, or he's going to pay for my ambulance where I guess I had to go to the hospital? Because whether you're in Canada or not, and you have free healthcare or not, that is one thing you still pay in Canada is for your
Yeah.
taxi is to be taxied to the hospital via ambulance. And you still have to pay for prescriptions, you still have to pay for all that. So what happens there? You know what I mean? He's not a medical professional. And that's why I don't get. It's like you get mad at people like us for having an opinion, but then you tell us what to do. It's like, no, I'm not telling anybody what to do. I'm just
We're telling
saying that for
everybody to
myself,
make their own
you know
decision.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you go talk to somebody that's an expert. Go talk to somebody that is a doctor or that has knowledge, actual professional scientific knowledge in this. Don't go to your government.
No, the government will tell you whatever makes them more money.
Especially, yeah, if
Whatever
the
is
government would
convenient
actually be
for.
trustable, I'd say, okay, well, go to some professional in the government that actually studied this. But it's like you can't even trust them now. You know what I mean? Look how many people's in Ottawa. You think that's just people that just they don't really like the government? No, they don't like what's going on. They don't like that. They're feeling like they're being told what and what they can't do. So
It, it goes back to the point that you made earlier about how Canada has the illusion that we have all this freedom, but right now we're realizing that we are actually not free, and the government is actually able to take away a lot of our freedom, unfortunately, if we let them.
well, United Kingdom and all these places, those restrictions are gone. So it's probably
Yeah.
just as free as then living in the United States where I'm at right now.
Wow.
In those countries, because yeah, there's no restrictions anymore. There's no vaccine, there's passports, there's nothing. And there was a woman in the Conservative Party speaking the other day. I watched a little bit. I didn't want to watch it all because it makes me upset. Because Trudeau's just talking out of his ass, and he's a Nimrod. Okay, and they were like, well, how come all these other countries like United Kingdom and mentioning down the list, and he just didn't have nothing to say, because it's not about people being well, it's political. It's about power. The guy's been in there way too long, and like in the US, there's an election every 4 years. and they can only run for a maximum of 8 years, and that's because
Yeah,
they didn't want the person running to to gain too much power. So like when
exactly.
time, like okay, you want to run twice, but you're not running a third time. You know what I mean? It's just the way it works. Or like in Canada, he can keep running. He can run till like we're dead. Like
Is
that's
that
that's
is that
that's the
true?
that's the
Yeah.
fuck
'Cause
yeah.
I
In
actually thought
Canada,
it
he
was
can run.
only 2 terms. Is it
How
really?
long has Trudeau been president?
He's still
For as long as
finishing.
I can remember.
I know, but he's still finishing his second term. Remember, he just called an election like halfway
No,
through the second term.
there's no set time.
No set time.
No.
Well, fortunately, there is an increasing amount of Canadians that are waking up to the reality of
Okay.
life and want to go back to normal and are defending the rights for themselves and for everybody to choose, medical freedom, to be able
Well,
to to work, to be able to live, to go to grocery
so
stores, to be able to
far,
travel. It's unbelievable.
it says he's been Trudeau currently ranks 10th of 23 prime ministers for time in office, being in office for 6 years and 89 days. So he's only been in office for literally 6 years and 89 days as of now. Yeah, it says right
Jesus.
here.
Exactly. He's
Too
halfway through
long.
his second term. Too long for him, for sure.
Yeah, but that's the problem is that he could run right until 2024, and that would be 8 years, and then decide to run again. But I, what if things are really going the way they are now? I have a hard time to believe that he'd win again.
No. I Nobody's gonna forget
What
what
he's
he
doing right
said,
now.
what he's done.
Yeah.
At this point, like even if you're not for the protest, calling people that are peacefully protesting white supremacists,
Racist.
right? White supremacists, racists, showing Nazi symbols, you know,
Misogynistic.
He,
misogynistic,
he even called him. He
all the
even called
names.
even okay. You might as well just say us. All us that support the truck. He called all of us. All those names plus transphobic. It's like, where does that even fit in there? Like, where was the transphobicness? Like,
It just
It's really
I
doesn't
ridiculous.
don't
make
think
any
people at the
sense.
protests are worried about everyone's sexuality. I think they're there to make sure that like they're literally there just to make sure that the that the government is not mandating a needle in their arm. That's it. And they want the
Exactly.
restrictions, and they
And
want the
a lot of
restrictions to
them are
be
there to
gone.
protect their children as well.
That's it. They want restrictions gone, and they don't want to be mandated to get a vaccine. That's it. And look at how much of a fuss they're putting up. It's unbelievable. It's just about power. And I hope that the people stick together. I don't want to see anyone get hurt, but I just hope that something good comes out of it. Like I said before, and I'll say again, it's it's been a long time. It's been what, almost 2 years that this whole thing's been going on, and it's like
Yeah,
a lot of people think, it's just like sometimes I wake up and I wonder if I'm in like a virtual world. You know what I mean?
simulation.
Yep. No, literally. I used to tell my wife that she's gone now. She's upstairs, but
Most mandates comes from government listening to the experts,
Actually, you
not
should
from
go
what
from
Trudeau
earlier.
says.
wow.
But Trudeau is literally
The
the
experts, he
government.
said.
Well, there's a lot of people
Now,
in parent and government that's against all those mandates, and why aren't they doing anything? Who has the power to say anything then?
well, I think the best example is
Anything Trudeau says seems like it just goes. I know it has to go through probably like a judge and stuff like that, but just seems like anything that he wants just goes.
It's easy for him because I mean the liberals right now, Trudeau's political party, have a minority government. However, the other political parties that are not conservative usually tend to side with the liberals when it comes to making decisions, as the two biggest political parties in Canada are the liberals
That's the problem.
and the conservatives. So technically, it's very easy for Trudeau to pass on any or most laws that he wants to pass.
Yeah. That's a big problem too. Is like,
It
instead
really
of
is.
instead of sticking to their guns, they're like, well, okay. It's like, no, how about you stick to your guns and just say, okay, you lost, and just fucking try it again. You know what I mean? And I don't know if this person that commented saying that, it's like, well, I don't care if experts told you to mandate it. Like, it's no, it's against freedom. It's against people's freedoms. It's against their rights. And those protesters is just showing you that right now. And then they're like, well, 90% of people got vaccinated. It's like, yeah, a lot of people probably did that because they're like, well, maybe if we do it, we can have our lives back. Because they have been saying that for months. Oh, if you get vaccinated, you get your life
That's
back.
why I got vaccinated, is
Yeah.
because I
Oh, if you get
wanted to
vaccinated, you get
return
your life
back to
back.
normal.
I did it because I was like, well, hey, I can go see my family, but nothing's really changed. You know what I mean? And people are just like, no, like, what the hell? They're lying to us. Like, no. I know, yeah, maybe 85, 90% got it, but no. As stupid as they might think it is, they don't want mandates, and they don't want this country to become like China. That's just what it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you don't believe in freedom, then you shouldn't be listening to this podcast. If you don't believe that people should have the right to make their own choice, you probably shouldn't be listening to this podcast. And you probably shouldn't be a friend on my Facebook. That's just the way it is. No, I mean it.
True.
Like, if you don't support the truck drivers and all the people that's down there right now fighting for everyone's freedom, you probably shouldn't be on this podcast listening, and you probably shouldn't be a friend on my Facebook. You know what I mean? But
It's
if you want,
absolutely fair.
if you want to have a difference of opinion, I'm all for it. Because you know what, I have a lot of people I disagree with, and they're my friends, and that's fine. But if you're really gonna be, if you really think that we should live in a communist country, you know, there's a there was a Chinese lady that immigrated from China to the United States, and she actually is a Republican. And I watched her on the Tim Pool podcast on YouTube. And when you hear her talk, it actually opens your eyes a little bit. It's like, oh, you hear her talk, and you kind of see the shit that's going on that's like trying to be pushed onto us now. And she's like, I don't want this country, and I don't want to see Canada go down that route. Anyway, you have to watch it. It's pretty good. I recommend it. Um, and it's just, I just don't believe that, I should. I like take it this way. I don't think that. Um, Actually, I'll put it better than that. Would you be okay if the government said that I'm gonna put a needle into your arm, whether you like it or not? Because it basically is what it is.
It is exactly what it is.
Do you
And
want a
no, we're
job?
not okay with that.
You
Do you
know,
want to
I'm
go
gonna go
to
put
the
a needle
grocery
in your
store?
arm. You're gonna
You want to
twist
go
and
to
you're
the
gonna
grocery
freak
store,
out, but it's
little
gonna
liquor
happen.
store,
Anything.
but do
You
you want to
know,
receive an organ if you need if you need a
yeah,
kidney or
you can't go to the
something?
grocery store, so you can't eat. You can't go get gas, so you can't go
If you
anywhere.
need blood,
So what are you supposed to do?
you
You're supposed
can't.
to die. What are you supposed to do? Oh, get vaccinated. Okay, well, what if I don't? Are you supposed
Oh,
to get
you can
vaccinated?
order
Okay, but what
online
if
and
I
stay
don't?
home. I can't stay home if I can't make money.
Yeah.
If you don't have a job, how do you stay
What
home?
you can do? Okay, you work from a call center from home, but wait, how you gonna go cash your check? Or how you gonna go and spend money? You know what I mean? How you gonna do that? And how you gonna order
Yeah,
anything on
no.
Amazon? Some things take fucking months to come in, thanks to everything that's going on. Like,
Yeah,
it's just
literally.
there's
That's
always everything is a detour to anything. I just
Yeah, if your job is at stake, this is not a choice at all. This is forced.
I mean, anything that's at stake.
Anyway, I believe in freedom.
Yeah.
Just being
I believe
told
that
that you
you and
can't go to the
everybody have the
movies.
choice
That
to fucking choose if they want a vaccine in your arm or not. Okay, that's it. Okay, and
all right. Look, I need to tell you something real quick.
what?
Can you go from a
You're not
banana
gonna.
No, no,
here?
no.
No,
I
no,
need
no.
to read this one.
Okay.
It has to do with what we were talking about.
All
It
right.
is not what it is. You are free to choose, but but there are consequences to those choices.
No,
No, that's not
No.
free to choose.
Yeah, that's not free
If
to
there are
choose.
consequences to your
You
for
don't
your
That's
understand.
not
choices,
Yeah.
that's
choice.
literally you're taking away the freedom.
Yeah.
It it just doesn't make any sense. It's blackmail. It's
Yeah,
not a
that's what it
choice
is.
anymore. If
It's just
you make the
blackmail.
wrong choice according to this choice and things are taken away from you, that is not a choice. It's just not a choice anymore.
It is,
I just
and just
I just
to
hate it
whoever
that
it
people
was,
keep saying
I
that it's
really
a
don't
choice, but it's
care.
not.
It is what it is. It is a mandate, and it is taking away your freedom. They're telling you
Exactly.
that you have to, or you can't go to the fucking store. What is that? Is that free? Are you free to go to the store then if you're not vaccinated?
And right now there is the threat in Quebec for parents
Yeah, I heard
who are
that's not gonna. I heard
unvaccinated
that's
that
not gonna
they
go
can
though.
have their children taken away from them. They can lose the custody of their
Well,
children
they were
if
trying
they're
to do
not
that with the
vaccinated.
protests as well.
I heard that's not
Oh
gonna.
my
I
god,
heard that's
it's
not
just
gonna go
unbelievable.
though. That you know what I mean?
They
They can
if they do
try, but
that,
it's just
it's not gonna be pretty.
it's a huge human rights
I'm sure it's not
violation.
it's gonna go from peaceful protests in Quebec
Listen,
to okay,
you're gonna go through that comment
they're not
section. There's gonna be all kinds of people that's just never gonna agree with anything that we have to say, and that's fine. Okay,
Okay,
but the fact is that I believe that freedom comes with you being able to make the choice of whether you want it or not. And I think freedom
exactly.
is not, them saying, well, you can take it, you cannot take it. But if you don't, then you can't go to the grocery store, you can't go shopping. You
It's not a
right now,
choice anymore.
like right now, if I would cross the border, and I wouldn't have a test, they'd put me in a quarantine facility for 14 days, and which I'd have to pay $6,000, and they'd charge me for every day that I'm quarantining. And they say, oh well, and like they told me one time when I tried to cross and I didn't, and this was at the beginning, like, well, we're not telling you you can't enter the country, but we're giving you a $6,000 fine and putting you in quarantine for 14 days. It's like, so it's really not free then, I said, because when I enter the country, I'm not going where I want to go. You're putting me somewhere else because of the choice I made. Like my own
Yeah,
freedom choice was to not get vaccinated, or not to get the PCR test that time, actually, because I am vaccinated. And so, and because of that, I lose my freedom to be able to go home for
it's
14
not fair.
days and a $6,000 fine plus whatever it costs to stay there. You know what I mean?
yeah, it doesn't matter where you go. You could literally go to the parking lot, just park there, not even get out of your car, drive back, and you get that $6,000 fine. Like
Yeah.
you could do anything. It doesn't
I
matter.
came back to the US. I'm like, fuck this shit. I'm not dealing with this communist bullshit.
Like
Socialist bullshit. No, I'm sorry. I
that's
wasn't
the
dealing
thing,
with it.
right? Go US. The good thing about US is
And like I said a while
all the
ago,
states
if you go to a grocery
they make
store,
their own mind.
okay, and I'm just saying, and I know I'm not gonna change anyone's mind. That's fine. But if you go to the grocery store right now, and there's no restriction, that's because you're free to go, right? But
Yeah,
if you can't because you didn't get a vaccine, are you then free to go to the grocery store?
you can
You're
go.
not.
You just
No, you're
won't
not
go
free to
in.
go to the grocery store because you didn't get the vaccine. So you lose your freedom.
uh, you lose your freedom
So when
because
you
you
say
didn't get
that's
the
not losing
vaccine.
your freedom, it's just because it's a consequence of a choice. No, in this country, you have the right to make your own choices without the government putting restrictions on you and saying, "Oh, well, because you didn't do this, you can't do that." That's not the way the country is supposed to work. In the Constitution or in the Charters of Rights, if you go through it, like, we have the right in this country to say no and say yes to things. And the government is not supposed to force their will onto you. Well, what's forcing you to get vaccinated and not being able to go to a grocery store doing? You know? Anyway, We could talk about this all night. We
And,
know
and
where we
if you
stand
think
on
about it, right? If you really go deep in it,
Oh, we're already pretty
right
much
now there's
deep. I mean,
no, but I mean, like right now there's all these restrictions on everything. If you're not vaccinated, you can barely do anything. You can go to the grocery store here at least, not everywhere.
Yeah.
You can kind of go to a restaurant, take out,
Takeout only.
yeah.
and then I mean the rest is really it's not much.
Not
Um,
much else. Yeah.
what
Well, whenever I helped out
what
my
is
wife,
there to say that if we didn't have this protest right now, that they would keep adding restrictions like
right?
oh you can't do this if you're unvaccinated, if you can't
Who's
do
to
this
say?
anymore,
Who's to
you
say?
can't even get medical treatment once you're if you're not vaccinated.
I
I
mean,
can see it, like it's gonna keep getting worse.
it's
They've already
already,
made it worse, even
yeah,
though everyone got vaccinated or majority.
majority, a huge majority,
And they're
90%.
still adding on to it. It's like, no, stop it.
It's time to
It's getting
stop.
bad. It's getting really fucking bad. And it
Yeah.
doesn't matter because if you're not vaccinated by choice or you're not vaccinated by your medical exemption, then you still aren't allowed to go in. There are people that will call the cops on you if you have a medical exemption.
That is just ridiculous.
That's the Costco situation all over again. It's really dumb. But yeah, I got some more things to read in the comment section. You are free to drink and drive. It is your choice.
This is an inaccurate example because we
Well, no,
know.
I want to hear his take on this. This is supposed to be compared to COVID.
Yeah.
Are you looking for my take on it?
Yeah.
Oh, let me
Yeah.
guess. Let me guess. Well, all they just want to see where I stand. Well, obviously you shouldn't be drinking or driving. That's what I would. That's what I'd say. But
But this is compared
mean,
to COVID, yeah.
yeah. What? Well, I know what it is. Is they're gonna say, well, if you're drinking and you have the freedom to drink and drive, but and when you drink and drive, you have consequences, or like you lose your license, you go to jail. But a mandate like with the vaccines, it's like they're belligerently telling you can't. They're telling you that you can't go to the grocery store. There's no wiggling your way in. Drinking and driving, they're telling you not to. It's illegal to drink and drive because if you do and you get caught, you're just
Yeah.
fine.
There's no freedom there.
It's not
It's
mandatory.
Okay,
Not to.
simply
you do it.
just don't
You
drink and
do
drive,
it. You
period.
do it. You get caught. You get a fine. You go to the grocery store. You still can't go in, so you can't even apply to even try to do it. And you see what I'm doing here?
Yeah.
You can still drink, get behind the wheel, but when you do and you get caught, then there's an issue. Then there's fines. Then you go to court. And then you know what? You deserve every aspect of the law by doing that. You know what I mean? You deserve, if you made that choice, you deserve that. But if you can't go to the grocery store, that means you can't even walk in and try and get something because you're not allowed to get in there in the first place.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, well, you're not allowed to go in there if you're not vaccinated. So in the stores, they don't say, well, if you're not vaccinated, don't come in, and or they don't say like at a grocery store, it'll ask you if you're vaccinated before you walk in the store. Well, there's not a cop at everyone's door before they get into the car and say, hey, have you been drinking? Right? So you can drink and drive, but you get caught, there's a fine, there's a consequence, and there's a fine to pay. Right? And I believe you should not be drinking and driving. It's not something you should be doing. So I'm 100% on board with the cops on that. But to try and say, or think that there's some semblance with that and going to the grocery store because you're not vaccinated, no, there's not. That's not the same. Because you can't even get into the grocery store because they literally ask you when you get there if you are. They don't run around
Yeah.
the store and pick out people and say, "Oh, are you vaccinated?" You know what I mean? They ask you when you get there, so you can't even go in. And if you're not, in some places, they send a marshal with you to make sure you're buying essential supplies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Essential supplies.
I
Whatever
know.
that
It's
means.
it's a fucking mess. You know what I mean? And you can go through the comments section all you want. You know, there's gonna be people
I
that's gonna
got some more.
disagree.
He said a lot more. Do you want
It's
me to read
fine.
another
It's
one?
fine. Go ahead. But it's
All right.
fine. But that's the thing. You're playing by reading them and doing that. You're playing into what a lot of people want you to do. They want you to read it because they figure it's gonna get a reaction.
Well, the thing is that he's comparing it to drinking and driving because he says that basically, I guess, well, a person drives and they're under the influence of alcohol, they will put other people at risk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
However,
but the virus doesn't choose
first of all,
who to infect, and you don't
exactly.
even know if you have the virus. You can still give it away.
So first of all,
it's not like I'm gonna get drunk all of a sudden and be driving, and then if I have an accident,
this is assuming that the vaccine, actually prevents you from getting
Well, I
the
just
disease.
explained
But
myself.
but when it comes to Omicron, it doesn't seem to be the case.
Yeah, Shane had a great point. Like, you can't even go to the store.
You can't even try to.
Well, everything I just said was my answer. And if you don't think I'm right, that's fine. You have the right. I'm not going to mandate that you have to believe what I have to say. It's your choice. You don't have to agree. You comment all you want. I don't care. Drinking and driving. Don't do it.
Also, drinking and driving, not a choice at all. It's 100% illegal, especially in levels that endanger people.
Apparently,
so to say that the vaccine is a choice, it's a really bad comparison.
Unless it is a very bad comparison, because I just explained why. And
yeah,
what I was gonna say is, you're like, unless you're like Denzel Washington in Flight, you drink some, I don't know, what he was drinking, and like something went wrong with the plane. He ended up turning it upside down, and he had like no emotion. He was just doing it like, yeah, you got this. Lands it. I think one person died. I don't know. It was a good movie, but he still shouldn't have been drinking. He should, you know what I mean? It was a movie though. It's a pretty good movie. So what were you gonna read, Yannick, or did she actually?
Because he's really into.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 comments after this.
Oh, how many viewers you got?
We got 3. We've had 3 consistently this whole time. So it must be the 3 same. Let's see.
Only 3?
Yeah. I mean, we might have had more. It's just been switching around. I don't know. I know it tells us after the stream how many we got.
No, we can all agree and disagree on certain things, but thank you for viewing our channel. We do appreciate it.
Absolutely.
We are nobodies.
Use it attention.
We are nobodies.
It's good. It's hopefully.
Maybe you'll have a really good point to make, and that we won't be able to debate. But right now, the whole drinking, no.
It's just not. I know what some people might think that's actually a good argument, but I don't. And I stated why. Holy shit! It's 1:24. Is that really the time?
I guess
we started close to midnight.
Midnight 30.
Eyes were kind of
we've been podcasting for an hour now.
My eyes are kind of like. I have been up a lot today. Long time today. I was like, I went to a Walmart distributor. Got there like 10 this morning. Only got out at 3 o'clock. And then my wife had some issues with her trailer. Had to go help her out. Then we stopped for supper at the restaurant on the way down home. And it came home. But I don't know what the weather's been like in Ottawa. But like I was down in PA, Pennsylvania, last couple days, and it was like it was like 55 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday. It was really nice. Really nice. Yesterday, as in today, but earlier. It was really nice. Really, really nice. Actually, no.
That's awesome.
I'm wrong. That it wouldn't have been today, yesterday. So, like, what day? What? Oh my god, I'm so stupid. It would have been the 11th. Man, it was so nice. The sun was just shining. It was nice and warm. It felt good.
Jesus.
Yeah. Let me see here. Let's get God on the phone. Hey, are you all listening? I hope you are all listening. Listen very quietly. There is a comet heading towards Earth. It will strike in about 2 minutes and 54 seconds. So I'd like to say, everybody, you guys all have been quite assholes, and you can all go fuck yourselves, and good luck in the next life. 10-4, I'm out.
Peace out, boys.
Get some effects. Yeah, I could make myself sound like a South Park character. That'd be fun. Only works good when I take this off, though, because then... Oh, wait, you're going to hear my bunny. Watch. You're going to hear my bunny. Oh. You hear him?
Yes.
He's drinking water. That's what he's doing right now. He's drinking water. And I'll make myself sound like a South Park character. I did it for Unique the other day. He fucking pissed himself laughing. Let me see here. Yeah, I don't think my computer likes doing all this at the same time. Yeah, it really does not like doing that. Okay, never mind. Oh, wait. Oh, I got it. Let's see.
Yeah, that's... I think that is it right there. Yeah, okay. That sounds pretty good. You can hear a little bit of a jitter, but hey, I'm not perfect, so we'll leave it like that. So, what's up, guys? Anything new?
You know.
Just checking out the comment section. You know.
I'll turn it off for a bit.
Comment section. I'm listening to the comment section.
Yeah, why don't you play some music? Make some.
Listen to the comment section. We're listening to the comment section. We're listening to the comment section. Yeah. Anyway, fucking around. Oh wait, let's get God on the phone. Okay, just give me a second. My computer has to like force its CPU in places that it doesn't like going to work. Let me see here. Work. Come on, work. Loading. System loading. Please wait.
Oh no. It's time for an upgrade.
Yeah, there we go. Now I sound like someone who... Well, I sound like a football player. Yeah.
Sound like a football player.
Yeah. We are going all-stars, man. Oh yeah. 10-4. Yeah. I'm a big kid now. Even when I try to talk high, I sound low.
Have you ever heard of the
my name-
song by Little Dicky?
My name
Which
is...
He did a
song?
song about weed, and he literally used that voice in it. It was so funny. I'm so high right now, or something. I don't-
I'm so high.
Bitter. Oh, I'm done.
Bitter. I'm so bitter.
Yeah.
Gosh darn it! I'm so angry that everyone doesn't believe in
Somehow we're switching topics somehow. Anyway.
pickle season. All right, you can sing that Trudeau song that you created.
Oh.
Oh.
Trudeau.
It would be quite fitting right now.
My cat's looking at me saying, "Hey, are you gonna sing?" Because I was like actually really enjoying the piece over here. Let's see here. Oh, let's take all this crap away. There we go. Get that out of there. People are standing on the streets, waving the Canadian flag up high. And I know why they are there. Everyone knows they are there. They want freedom back. Let's all say it out loud so we can hear from way up in the clouds. And Jesus, he can sing with us. Fuck Trudeau, motherfucker. I had probably way too many beers. 'Cause my eyes are glazing over the mirror. I can't even talk. But I watched the news today, and everyone seemed well okay. And I know I have to say,
Stand for
fuck
dancing.
Trudeau, fuck Trudeau, he's gotta go, the motherfucker. We need to get him out of there, and he's gotta go. He's gotta go.
Do you want another one, Jay?
My wife's probably upstairs being like, "Oh man, you probably drank too much." You know what I'm saying? I probably did.
I probably did.
That's okay. Okay, I'm done.
Okay, I'm done.
But yeah, fuck Trudeau.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
bought
the
one of
general
those.
theme
I
right
bought one
now.
of those flags today.
Nice.
I just I bought.
Oh,
the,
if you can set it up so it's behind you.
Well, that's what
For
I
the
want to
next
do.
podcast.
Like, I don't know if you guys want to do a podcast like tomorrow night. It doesn't have to be a long one, but I'm gonna set up my room. So, like behind me, like right here, I'm gonna have the Canadian and U.S. flag, because I can just get them down the street. But I have the fuck Trudeau one and there's one that has the U.S. and Canadian flag together, and I want to
Okay.
put that one up. And starting tomorrow, we're gonna probably just do podcasts from my laptop because my computer here is not really working the best. When you have too much
Sounds good.
going on, it has a hard time to keep up. I've noticed that. I don't know why, but it's probably because it's old.
Possibly.
Yeah, because I notice on your end, like if I go to like where we're streaming, it's pretty good, and then I go to our program here, and it's like, yeah, shit. Oh man.
Possible that the CPU can't keep up with the bit rate, or I don't know.
Oh, it's probably the graphics card in this thing too. It's not, you know, my laptop's just a lot better. It's just good, you know.
Yeah,
That's good.
it's
It just-
crazy
I know
how
core-
technically
No, yeah, it's kind of, you know, I talk about getting a Mac Mini, which I'm gonna do, but like that thing right now is probably like the best thing for this right now. You know what I mean? Because playing guitar and all that, I can still do that. I just have to use a different interface and stuff like that. But it's not hard to do.
Yeah.
So, did your mom listen to this today?
I'm not sure. She was probably asleep at that point, so I doubt